to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werner, licensed mental health counselor in the state of Florida. Moments of Clarity's mission is to educate and end the stigma on mental health through the inspirational stories of our exceptional guests. You can join in the show by calling Tiffany toll-free at 866-826-1340 or on Facebook and Twitter at MOC with Tiffany. Now, here's Tiffany Werner.
Hi, thanks for listening. This is Moments of Clarity. My name is Tiffany Werner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. Today we're going to do something a little different, and I'm going to have some music. I have the opportunity to discuss music and mental health with a very local celebrity band called Victims of Circumstance, and they are a very cool ska and punk band, and they've had such a journey. And I got with me in studio one of the saxophone players, or the saxophone player. First, I want to say hi to Ed behind the glass. And
Howdy.
Thank you for everything. And I want to welcome and introduce you guys to my guest, Jason Anthony. Hi, Jason.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
I'm really excited because they're going to have their album release party Saturday, and we actually have the opportunity to play some of their new stuff live on the radio today for the first time, exclusive.
Pretty much,
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to have this opportunity, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
So, Jason, talk a little bit about how the band started, how you came into Victims of Circumstance.
Well, the band started in fall of 2005. I was not in the band at that point. I joined in 2008. I had stopped playing saxophone at that point for probably 13 years. And I really wanted to get back into it. And I was cruising the Craigslist musician ads, and I saw an ad for a band that was looking for a sax or a trumpet player. So I sent them an email, and I said, I kind of lied and said I play sax when I hadn't played in like 13 years. But I had one in the closet, so that was cool. And they responded. They said, matter of fact, yeah, we're practicing tonight. Why don't you come by?
Wow.
So I did, and the funny part was when I opened the door and I go in there, the trombone player at the time, I went to high school with him. And the lead singer, Mike, was my best friend's little brother. I had no idea that I was walking into that, so it was automatically like an instant comfort level because I kind of knew those two guys. And
It's like meant to be.
Sure, yeah, kismet or whatever, yeah. And I got through. I did the best I could, and they said, "Sure, let's go ahead and give it a try." And here we are, 2019.
Wow.
So
you didn't really lie, though. It's hard to play the saxophone. It's my favorite instrument, by the way.
It was okay. Maybe it wasn't a lie, but there was a lot of fudging of the facts. Yeah, I can play, and it's something. If you don't, it's like anything else. If you don't practice, you lose it. And it was pretty lost. But I did well enough to fool them into thinking that I was a saxophonist at the time, so they let me stay.
I think you're pretty awesome, though.
Well, yeah.
How's the journey been since then?
When I joined, there was a lot going on when I joined. They had released an album the year before. They had played the Hometown Throwdown in Boston with the Mighty Mighty Bosstones.
You guys sound a lot like them, the Mighty Mighty Bosstones.
Yeah, that was kind of... when they started the band, there were three of them, Mike, Glenn, and Brandon. Brandon is no longer in the band. He moved away. But that was kind of their goal was to be a band like the Bosstones. So they had a guitar, bass, and drums. They said we need to add horn players. The Bosstones, Less Than Jake, that kind of archetype from the late 90s. And
love those guys.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I honestly had no concept of what ska punk was when I joined. So that was another thing. I just kind of faked it.
You're being humble.
No, honestly, Mike can tell you this. He made me a mixtape. He made me a mix CD. of
Mixtape.
kind of like homework. No, he made me a mixtape. It was kind of like homework. He said, here's a bunch of stuff you should probably listen to, and that's kind of one of the things. As a musician, and we'll talk about this later, hopefully. If you decide you want to play an instrument, listen to everything, especially what you want, what you're interested in playing. Listen to that, because you don't want to copy the past, but you really need a good base so you can turn that into something else later.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I guess that you've been inspired by Mighty Boss Toads and Listen Jake.
Well, yeah, and the cool part for me was that I didn't grow up listening to this stuff, so I didn't really have them as I want to emulate them. So as time went on and I kind of got more involved in how we write, I kind of brought my influences to the table. So if you listen to the first album where I wasn't involved, and then the second one where I was just kind of getting my feet wet back into playing saxophone, and then the third one, which we put out in 2010, I believe, 2011. I don't even remember. 2011. I started throwing some other things that I heard in my head into the mix. And it's tough not playing guitar or playing piano, coming to practice sessions with trying to translate what's in my head to a guitar player. This is what I hear. And then he would, it's our songwriting is kind of unorthodox, to say the least. But I've gotten better at kind of over the years being able to express what I hear in my head to those guys, and they turn it into something.
Wow.
So
what kind of music inspired you in the beginning?
I in high school I listened to booty music like Two Live Crew, but that wasn't the inspiration. But a lot of jazz, which I still play, and that was kind of a goal to. I wanted to pick the saxophone back up and play jazz.
Nobody plays saxophone and booty music.
No. But I brought that rhythm. No, I didn't.
They should.
Yeah, that could be the next big thing: ska booty mix. But no,
Yeah.
There's a lot of jazz, and the new album actually has a lot of that influence. Not a lot of it, but a couple of songs are swing feel.
Cool.
And stuff like that. So
I'm excited to play that.
When the harmonies a little bit too.
Do we have Mike on the phone? Let's
Here.
come in. Hi, Mike. Mike
Hello,
Smith.
how are you?
Right?
Hi, Mike.
You're the lead singer
Hey,
for
Jay.
Victims of Circumstance?
Yes, lead singer and guitar player, yeah.
Welcome to Moments of Clarity. Thanks for calling in and for being with us.
Hey, buddy, remember that
Great to
mixtape you made me?
Yes, I do. I heard you talking about that, and I remember that. Yeah,
That's
gave him
right. I
homework.
still have
gave
it.
him a mixtape.
I still
Good.
have it. Yeah.
That's actually good advice. Listen to this, and this is our goal.
Yeah, this is what we're going for.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
wasn't really familiar with the genre, so I just kind of took what I thought was the best of in that ska punk genre and put it all down on a CD for him, so he had a reference, something to reference. And I didn't want to cane him too much, because I think part of what Jay brings to us is that his jazz influence, and I think it makes us better. Like, he was talking about songwriting. By that third record, he was full. Like, the second record, he was writing his horn parts. By the third record, he was coming in with songs. Like, he became a full songwriter in the band, and he became, he brought his influences into that too. And that was great. It was like you said, it was kismet.
That's great, and congratulations on you guys for having an album to release. It's called Five, and it's released Saturday at your album release party. Where'd you get the name from? Five.
It's our fifth full-length original album. We've got some cover albums out there too, but that was our fifth album. So Glenn had the idea of just calling it, Five, or the Roman numeral, 5, the V. And
Okay, so that it wasn't because there's 5 of us.
yeah,
Because I was thinking about that last time I was walking the dog. I'm like, is it because it's our 5th, or is it because we have 5 people?
No.
I think I was thinking about it. We've all named a record pretty much so far. Like, you named Roll the Dice. I came up with Acupuncture, and now Glenn came up with this one. I don't know where No More Heroes came from, but yeah, we're a very democratic band. It's like there's no
Yeah.
bad ideas in the room. We try, musically or
That's the way to go.
Oh, there are bad ideas in the room. but we go ahead and humor them for a while until they just inevitably don't work out.
Yes, that's true. We will never not, if somebody suggests something or goes for something, we will beat it to death before we'll go, okay, that doesn't work. We've got to try something different.
Absolutely.
That's
but
really
there's no
great,
shame
though.
in the room.
There's no shame in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you guys think that music affects you, therapeutically, mental health? Like, is this your outlet, and how does it help you?
Playing music in front of people is one of the greatest experiences of my life, and especially we've toured Europe a few times, and being at a festival and
toured
a
Europe,
really big group of people, or at Sunfest, we played in South Florida where there's actually a few thousand people there. There's nothing better. Like it does, it gives you a high that you can't even explain. So that affects me. I enjoy that. That's probably my favorite part about being in the band, other than hanging out with these 4 other guys on a regular basis, is being on a stage, performing and getting feedback from them, finding people enjoy what we're doing.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part.
The dumb thing is, I'm pretty anxious. I'm a pretty anxious guy, generally speaking. And if I have to talk to a group of people by myself, forget it. I mean, I'm super duper nervous. I have never, from day one, I've never had anxiety getting on stage with this band. I mean, it could be in front of, like he said, 1,000 people. It didn't matter. It's just, I'm pretty introverted, generally speaking. But he'll tell you I'm a dancing idiot for these shows, and I'm talking between songs, and it's an interesting phenomenon for sure.
It's your calling. A lot of performers and actors and musicians, they have they have anxiety, social anxiety, just in regular settings, and then they get on stage and completely shine. Mm-hmm. And that's their platform.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right for me.
Is that
and I think we're
that for you, Mike?
I think we're all. So I feel the same way. I'm generally a pretty introverted person too, but I don't mind doing, being a little bit silly on stage, or because I've got 4 other guys up there that are doing the same thing, and it kind of gives me, it makes it comfortable for me to perform, to act out, to be a little bit silly, to dance, to move a little weird or something. Whereas otherwise I'd never do that. I would never be on stage by myself. I don't think I could.
Yeah.
You have permission. You have my permission.
No, he couldn't go up there without you. But
that's very true. Nobody wants to see that.
No, but we have some of your songs here, and I'm excited to play them. And I'm going to talk about Sober and Never Have I Ever, at least, and we'll see how it goes today. But first, we're going to take our break, and hang on the line, Mike, if that's okay. And
okay.
We're going to take our first commercial break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the lyrics and play one of your songs that nobody's ever heard before. At least not any of our listeners. And we'll be back with Moments of Clarity in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
You're listening to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werner. We welcome your input at 866-826-1340. Tiffany will be right back after this.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Are you looking to expand your knowledge in the mental health field and earn CEU credits at the same time? DID Discovering Hope is having their annual Creating Resilience Conference on November 15th and 16th, and it's open to all trauma survivors and therapists. 2 days of educational workshops will be led by internationally respected experts, including keynote speaker Dr. Colin A. Ross. For mental health professionals, 11 hours of CEUs are available. For more information or to register, visit diddiscoveringhope.org. Once again, that's diddiscoveringhope.org.
Hi, this is Tiffany Werner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, Please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on